my name is Menglei Zhang and I'm a research associate at the University of Sheffield. So when new asylum seekers come to the UK, they're often destitute, and the Home Office will provide housing to destitute asylum seekers, but it will send them at random to regions across the UK to do so. And when these asylum seekers become new refugees, they're probably still destitute, but their asylum support is withdrawn and they're given 28 days to evict their homes. And this leaves them in danger of becoming homeless, and it's pretty obvious that becoming homeless is detrimental to integration of new refugees into Scottish society. It's a very bad start to their life in the UK. Well, in 2003, the Homelessness Act passed in Scotland, and this gave refugees new rights to social housing. And although we cannot exactly say what homelessness rates were like before this policy began, we do know that this policy changed things. And we know this for, well, a reason. So for obvious reasons, homeless people don't tend to answer postal surveys. And in an odd twist of fate, the Home Office sent a postal survey to all new refugees in the mid-2000s. And what we found was that new refugees dispersed to Scotland were more likely to answer that survey, and we found absolutely no variations in response rates in the rest of the country. So we have evidence from that the Scottish policy reduced new refugee homelessness by at least 9 percentage points. What we want to say is this. First, other devolved regions can learn from what Scotland did. Refugee homelessness likely remains an issue in these other regions, and whilst asylum policy is not devolved, housing policy is. And Scotland came up with a very clever way to help refugee integration. The Scottish Parliament can support efforts to better publicise this to other regions so they can trial out their own trials of Scottish policy. Second, there have been changes since our study, and we have a cost-effective way to monitor the effectiveness of Scottish policy changes since then in a range of areas, not just homelessness. And we can do this without collecting any new data. As I mentioned before, the Home Office sends asylum seekers to sites across the UK at random. This unique scenario allows us to compare different approaches to integration across UK regions, as if we were doing an experiment. So what we would like to do is to link Home Office information on successful refugees via trusted third parties like the NHS to sources of administrative data like GP records. And the cost of this exercise will be negligible. The main obstacle to further research is, of course, getting information from the Home Office itself. So we would like to talk to people so that we can explain our evidence, explain what the policy was, what's changed since then, what people can do, what we can do basically if the Home Office was encouraged to send just a little bit of data to other trusted third parties, and what Scottish Parliament can do to potentially support us. So if you're interested, please book a meeting with us through the Evidence Week website.